That's the thing about this guitar, is that it doesn't leave you afraid of any sound. You know, it's like, I'm not going to be caught unexpectedly with some sort of bad sounding note or some uneven sustain. Like, I can end a piece of music with this or with this. Hello and welcome to the Guitar Collection. Today I'm here with this beautiful cedar double top guitar of the Canadian luthier Michel Belair. This one is from the year 2024. Now, for those of you that know Michel's guitars, he is very well known for making really incredible Daniel Friedrich inspired guitars. In fact, they are near copies and they are some of the best because his workmanship is meticulous, just like Friedrich's. And also the sound is really great of those guitars. They're some of my favorite Friedrich inspired guitars. But the past few years is when I've really been hearing a lot about Michel Belair. I have colleagues reaching out to me asking me, hey, do you have any of these? Have you played one of these? They're incredible. I just got on his wait list. All sorts of messages like that. And for a long time, I had to say no. I mean, I'd love to see one of these. And now I've seen a few, and they're incredibly consistent. They take all of these beautiful characteristics from the Daniel Friedrich design of guitars, and he puts them into a double top, which of course is louder, more responsive, perhaps a little bit more even all over the fingerboard. And I have to say, these are incredible, incredible guitars. Now, before I play some notes on it here, we can talk a little bit about the specs. When you look at the top, you'll see this really nice cedar double top, and you'll see little marks here and there. This one is not in brand new condition, but I would say it's in about a 9 out of 10 condition. You've got Madagascar rosewood, a matte finish here, nothing shiny here about the bridge, although this piece of Madagascar is really beautiful looking. You'll see his rosette, which is obviously Friedrich inspired, but with his own take of the design. You'll see this really tight mosaic in the center, and then you'll see these little wheat or arrows that go along the outside, which, you know, maybe Friedrich, maybe Torres, Arias, a lot of them did this beautiful wheat pattern. And I have to say, it's striking, it's elegant, nothing too tacky. And you'll see that same central motif here on the tie block of the guitar. Notably, there is no raised fingerboard on these guitars, and perhaps that keeps away some sort of mid-range sound. But anyhow, I still find it very comfortable to play high up on the frets, very easy to play. And then last but not least, I want to say that there is this waveguide installed, which is like a mini Tornavos. That's maybe about an inch and a half that goes into the guitar. And he has a beautiful tribute here. It says waveguide designed by Dennis Toltz right below his label. Of course, Dennis has been putting these waveguides on all of his latest guitars. It of course serves the purpose of lowering the main air resonance, and they also say that it doesn't take away from the high end of the guitar and that sparkle of the high end that sometimes putting a Tornavos inside of a guitar does do. Turning the guitar around, you'll see it is Indian rosewood, a beautiful set at that. You might even say it's Madagascar by the way it looks, but it is in fact Indian rosewood. You'll even see this nice little touch on the heel cap here. That's ebony, I believe, just like the headstock plate. The neck on this guitar, I would say, is a nice mixture between D and C shaped. It's about the thinnest of a Friedrich designed neck shape here. I would say the neck angle, the neck shape is quite a bit like a Friedrich guitar, except a bit thinner. I find it very comfortable to play. In fact, I don't really have any notes about the neck. Normally I like a thinner neck, but the way that he did it here works extremely well, especially with his fretwork and setup. It's impeccable. Moving on up to the headstock, one of my favorite parts of this guitar. I love this simple nod to Friedrich for the headstock. It's also has a matte finish here, which is of course not necessarily a Friedrich thing, but it really nicely matches the bridge. And we've got the smoothest Barnett tuners here. And gosh, I've talked a lot. I think I have to show you how this thing sounds. Before I go any further, I'd like to remind you to subscribe to this channel. It's a really great growing community here. And also subscribe to the website. You'll see it at the top of guitarcollection.com. You'll be notified about new instruments when they become available. Take a listen to this. This guitar so beautifully blends these qualities of the Daniel Friedrich inspired guitars that Belair has been famous for making with this modern double top sound. I mean, the sound, when I say modern, it's not like it's got some modern offensive sound. It's just got more volume, more responsiveness, and evenness all over the neck compared to his Friedrich model guitars, in my opinion. And this guitar is not souped up with carbon strings. In fact, every string on this guitar is nylon. And it still has this clarity, especially on the third string, where I'm normally influenced to switch this. And just the way the overtones interact with each other on this guitar. It's really beautiful. You know, that's the thing about this guitar, is that it doesn't leave you afraid of any sound. You know, it's like, I'm not going to be caught unexpectedly with some sort of bad sounding note or some uneven sustain. Like, I can end a piece of music with this or with this. And whether that has to do with the balance of this guitar, the tonal palette, the responsiveness, I'm not sure, honestly. It all comes together, and that's really what makes this guitar magical. It's so beautiful. Maybe I'll play a little bit of Cançó de Lladre by Miguel Llobet. As you can see, it's such an expressive guitar. How about a little bit of Capriccio Arabe by Francisco Targa? See, I have to say, you hear the power of this guitar. You hear a little bit of that Tornavos effect when you play these bass strings. It's like you're getting the quality of a piano as far as the bass goes, the depth of the bass goes, but you're not losing the charm of the guitar. Does that make sense? You can let me know. Listen to that second string. I remember that being a highlight on the 2025 guitar I've played of Michel Belair's recently. This third string is to die for too. Let's check out the fourth string. Wow. I don't know what to say about the character. There's this beautiful breathiness to the sound. And you know what? Truthfully, a lot of times I use breathiness as a negative quality in an instrument because it's not clear enough. But when it comes to double top guitars, sometimes you get lost in all of the fundamental, to where some of the breathiness of the tone is needed. Some of this Spanish breathiness. Wow. And then this first string. well, the sensitivity of this guitar is just out of the park. It's so much fun to make music on. And at the end of the day, we talk about dynamic range, we talk about volume, we talk about clarity, ease of play, all these different things. None of them matter, in my opinion, unless the guitar is fun to make music on, inspires you to explore new sounds. These are the things that make a guitar stay in your lap. And this is one of those guitars that you definitely want to keep in your lap. It's just, everything comes out so effortlessly, and there's a lot of tones to explore. And I haven't even put a single carbon string on this thing. So anyways, what a beautiful instrument by Michel Belair. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in this beautiful 2024 Michel Belair guitar, please check it out at guitarcollection.com. You'll see a full album of photos, a description, and I look forward to hearing from you. And thanks so much for watching this video.